wonderful evening to you that is listening to us right now on Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state. This is the Missing Link, a drive of the Hearts to Build Youth Development Initiative that their focal point is to make sure that young people have a holistic development. Well, welcome to another beautiful edition. I am not alone in the studio. I am with one of the founders of the Hearts to Build Youth Development Initiative, Onyera Nwachukwu. You're welcome to the program.
A very good evening, listeners, and it's good to be back again after another week.
Okay, our guest today, I'll have to take my time to try and introduce her. Now, she is a retired permanent secretary and a papal knight of St. Sylvester. Oh my God.
You almost beat your tongue.
No, I'm not gonna. No, that's Sylvester. No, this is not Chim Cindy of the last edition. CEO Tender Heart Organization of Nigeria and Pitman. Is that correct? And a passionate advocate on the need for the best for the girl. Now, talk about the girl child and gender balance, and she's very much interested in the development of the youth. I am talking of the lady, Dr. Chinedu Brown. Ma, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Good evening, viewers and listeners.
You are very much welcome. Now, remember that we promised you that we'll get to bring for you topics that are actually very interesting, one that you can learn from. And that's what the Hearts to Build Youth Development is focused on, in making sure that youths have a holistic development. And it's not news that today's topic we are looking at holistic youth development and gender issues. Okay, so Onye, I want to ask you, when you talk about gender issues, what are those gender issues our society actually does have?
Oh, we're looking at male and female, and like you rightly pointed out, the topic is about holistic development and gender issues. Is there any problem by being just a girl, or is there any problem by being a guy, a boy in the family? You know, some of us are born in a family that we have only girls, and growing up, you feel like you're inferior. That was then, but I don't think it's happening now. Maybe it's still happening. The gender advocate is there to talk about. So we're here to talk about those gender issues. Okay, no, he's a boy, you know, he shouldn't sweep the house. Okay, he's a girl, do all the cooking, do all the work, go to the farm. You know, it was like before, I don't know what happens today, but before now, the girl child is like a nobody. The boy child was like a precious gem, you know, a priceless jewel. You protect him because it is assumed that the future of the family lies in him.
Okay.
You know, such thoughts. And, you know, it affects certain young people as they're growing up. You know, somebody begins to feel like I'm the only child, I'm the boy, so anything goes. Whatever I say happens to the family. And I don't think it's actually helped their development as young people. So that's what we want to look at it.
Okay. Now, the way you narrated it, you seem like you actually had a little bit of some experiences. But
yes, I'm a mother. Remember, I'm a mother. I'm a girl, I'm a mother, and I'm a sister. And again, I mean, for me, the two genders are very important.
Okay.
Male and female. So I am for gender balance.
Gender balance. All right, Lady Dr. Chinedu, I want to ask you, from your wealth of experience, what are the major issues that are concerning the gender when it comes to, let's look at Africa, Nigeria. Let's just leave the whole world thing. Based on your wealth of experience, what are those gender issues that we have?
Thank you very much. Let me say to our listeners that, let me say first of all, you know, when you talk about gender, the ordinary person in the street will automatically say they are talking about women.
No.
But let's get it clear that gender is boy, girl.
Okay.
So that people can understand that if somebody starts up to say, I want to talk about gender, she could be talking about boys, she could be talking about girls. But now we are not talking about having a balance. Like Onyinye said, then it was an issue, you being a girl in the family. In fact, I know families where girls were made to stop going to school so that they could help send the boys to school.
Back then.
But that was then. I want to proudly say that was then. Because just about 2 or 3 days ago, there was a man, very prominent man, who was talking on radio. And he was talking about his children. He said he has 7 children. He has 5 boys and 2 girls. and that he is wishing that he had is the other way around, that he has 5 girls and 2 boys, because that it is the girls who are taking care of everything in the family.
Wow.
So I want to say that where we are now, the girls, we don't have a problem. Now, the topic today is holistic development of gender. We're talking about holistic development. It's quite a wide issue. We'll try to take it little here and there.
Okay.
So now we are now talking about, now that the girls are coming up, look at us in this room. There's no boy here, so there's no balance.
How that even happen?
We're already marginalizing the boys.
That's. Well, I'm speaking for the boy child today. Yes, today I'm speaking for the boy child.
That's good. I'm more comfortable.
Okay.
When you come to classes, when you come to certain places, you are now seeing that the girls, the thing is tilting to the girl, and we are now saying, are we going the other side? So we are now saying we need to have a balance so that the boy will know that he has his own role by nature, and the girl has her own role by nature, but the two should complement. That's where you get a balance.
Okay, the two should complement.
Exactly.
Now, what are those things that you feel that caused these gender issues initially? What are those things? What are the causes? What are those causes? So that when we look at the causes, we begin to, extract how to, make sure that these causes are eliminated somehow, at least to the barest minimum. So when you say gender issues, we're talking about, you said the ladies, how they get to, look out for them. They are struggling with the male child. They do this, they go and cook, don't do that. Those are the issues. What do you think actually caused these things?
Okay, want me to talk?
Yes.
Now, going back in those days where we didn't have places like this where people could work, all you had was the farm.
Okay.
The family had the farm. You need to go to the farm. You need to have a number in the family to go to the farm. The inheritance you're talking about is not getting your degree and standing on your own, having your profession. You have to inherit or stand in the family and have the family name. That was then. So for the man, for any family, they felt that the girl will marry and go out, and then the family name will be lost.
Okay.
So the boy has to have all the prominence, all the support, all the build-up to be able to stand and maintain the family name.
Okay.
But now, it's no longer like that. You can marry and still have your father's name there. You can, it's no longer an issue having to stay back home and carry on a family name.
Okay.
So
that's one of the causes.
I think also ignorance.
Ignorance. How so?
Ignorance because some persons got married at very early ages, and they were not exposed, because whenever you look at the education has a way of exposing you, it makes you understand things better. So ignorance in the sense that, having to be a boy doesn't mean that you're going to be something else, somebody somewhere tomorrow. Having to be only girls doesn't mean that you're going to be something somewhere. And it's for you to educate this gender, both boy and the girl. By the way, if you end up training this guy to be the best, to be a superhero,
okay,
and you do not bother about the girl, who are these guys going to marry? They're going to marry people who are illiterates, who can't even fend for themselves, and no guy today wants to walk down the street with a girl who is not educated. Yes, to an extent.
Definitely.
Okay,
to an extent.
Yeah, because
you want to have conversation with someone. It's not like, okay, yes sir, everything you say, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. What are you contributing? Every guy wants a girl that actually adds value to him and to the family.
Is it vice versa?
Both ways. As a girl, I'm sure you cannot date a guy that is
You say mumu, that's like a whole deep one.
That's it. Everybody wants something that someone you can be proud of. But this is that we need them. We all that, like Dr. Brown said, both complement each other.
Okay, so Doc, recently there was a bill that was signed that allows the girl child to inherit the property of the father recently. What's your reaction to that particular bill?
I can see the reaction on your own face. You're smiling from cheek to cheek.
I'm a guy here, so I'm not very comfortable. I'm playing the role of the boy here.
How are you a guy?
Yes. We were all excited about that bill because it's been long overdue. But if you remember, in 2019, there was a similar ruling in the courts. It was a ruling, I think, at the federal level, the same issue. But that is back here in the Southeast. if you go to the Southwest, they don't have some of these issues we have about who inherits what. So by this bill, we are happy. It has spelled it out legally. But I can assure you that right now where we are,
The implementation is my
the
concern.
implementation is a problem. But again, I would say that for a number of families, they don't have that problem. Like she said, education has a lot to do with it. When you educate, say, when it's an enlightened family, before the person moves on, you write your will and say who gets what. Yes, of course. I know why she's laughing, because you go write your will. When you move out, trouble starts.
Yeah.
But it will start where the boy in the family has nothing to him.
Exactly.
If the man or the boys in the family are all well established, they have things in their own rights, what are they looking for? Somebody said should to step in. You won't have that problem, because they have all been educated, equipped to live their own life on their own standard. So these things are neither here nor there.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chinedu Brown. Now, this is becoming very interesting. Now, I want to ask you something. Do you think that the society pays more attention to the girl child or the boy child?
Oh, well, naturally, the girl child is seen as very, you need to cater for this girl child. The society, I don't want to say that they care more for the girl child, but as a girl, you have a girl in the family, the girl are seen as very, exposed to so many dangers.
You're trying to dodge this. Is because you're representing
No,
the guys?
I'm the guy now. Remember, I'm the guy.
You're trying to dodge this.
I'm not. But the issue is that it depends on where you're coming from.
Okay, go ahead.
Depends on where you're coming from. Now, some guys want to protect their sisters. A lot of guys want to protect their sisters.
Okay.
I'm sure you have brothers in the house.
Yes.
And when someone comes looking for, I'm looking for Victoria, the brother will look at that guy first of all. Not because he's not a guy like him. He wants to be sure that his sister is going to be safe with this person.
Okay.
So it's something that, but because we are girls, and the little thing, girls can become, people try to exploit the girl child. That's why it seems like a lot of attention is being given to the girl. One, because someone can claim to be a family member, but it's actually a beast in sheep's clothing.
I'm still waiting for your conclusion. So
the answer is that it's both ways.
It's both ways.
Yes. I'm a guy here, so
it's the way you're sitting on the fence today in this discussion.
I have to speak for the boy child because all of you cannot swallow.
Okay, fine. I've heard you're sitting on the fence. And Dr. Chinedu Brown, what do you think about this? Do you think that the society favors the boy child or the girl child?
It's difficult to answer that question. It's not as if she was dodging, but it depends on the circumstances. Now, the girl child, if we are mothers, I don't know, Victoria, I don't know about you, but when you have your boys,
mother.
And I know now, when you have your boy and the girl in the house, and the girl is out, it's getting to 6 o'clock.
You'll be worried.
You are worried. But if it's the boy, yes, you'll be worried, but you will not be unduly worried. Let me go to the other extreme. God forbid, these days of kidnapping.
Okay.
They kidnap a busload of people, boys and girls. When they come back, invariably, it is the women in that bus that everybody is worried about. What did they go through within that kidnap? You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
What did they go through? Were they raped? Were they
abused?
Did they get this? Did this happen to them? You start going to hospital to do tests, make sure they're not,
Yeah.
Then if you have your daughter growing up naturally, every moment you're praying, God, this girl in my house, when will she move on so that I'll be safe? Is she back from school? Is she this? You understand where I want to go?
Yes.
So that's why it's like we give more attention to the girl. And remember, you have to train her up to go and live in somebody's house, where somebody will say, this girl, does she have home training? Whenever she does something wrong. So you need to wash your hands, and bring up the girl child. But the boy, they are supposed to be able to rough it out a whole lot in society. So most times you allow them.
But today, this boy is actually looking for love, and they need to be loved. Like I said, I'm speaking for the boy child today. If you show the guy that love, you see him love the woman so much.
You know what? We're going to go on a breather. We're going to take a break right now. I'm going to come back. When we come back, we're going to talk about raising the boy child and the girl child differently.
Exactly, yeah.
But that will be after this short break. Now, do stay well with us. Okay, thank you for staying with us. This is still Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state, and it's still the program, The Missing Link. My name is Queen VI. You can call me Queen Victoria all the days. Then I have with me in the studio, Nyera Mwachukuma. Thank you for joining us today.
Good to be back again.
And of course, our guest, Lady Dr. Chinedu Brown. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we're still looking at holistic youth development and gender issues. Now, Onyera, you feel that the boy child is well trained than the girl child, or do you feel that the girl child is more trained than the boy child?
Well, in the years gone, emphasis was given more on the boy child, training him maybe to be a good businessman, to go to school, to learn some trades, to learn some skills. But in today's world, I mean, it's both ways. We're taking care of the two, the boy and the girl child. And like I keep saying, the missing link is all about we complementing the other. Okay. The other cannot actually survive with the other person. So it's like, when God was creating human beings, he was very deliberate. He didn't want, if he wanted just to be boys alone, he would have created only boys. But he had to make it a boy, a male and a female. So we kind of complement each other. People think that the guys are strong-hearted, they are hard, but I don't think so. Some of them actually emasculated. They just hide under that thing because the society had made them to become insensitive.
That's why I'm asking you, do you think that the training for the girl child was, is done extensively with care more than the boy child? Maybe that's why these outcomes are coming out in the society.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't show them love, I mean, love, growing up, when you give birth to a child, the kind of care you give to that baby will also make him or her to learn how to love. And growing up, so if you are so you put more emphasis on the girl child, you want to show her how to love, and you forget the guy is not going to learn how to be loving. He's going to be hard, he's going to be so insensitive, and it's going to affect him whether he likes it or not at some point in his life. So for me, I don't think it's today's world. Parents are conscious of giving equal training to the two genders. So it's not like more to the guy, more to the girl. Today, boys cook. Boys often cook better than girls. Boys wash clothes. They clean the houses. I mean, there is something like sexism in house chores now.
Oh, are you sure to a great percentage that that's actually happening in our society now?
Does.
Because I still feel like the male child feels he has to go and relax in the parlor while the girl child cooks.
Then they're ready to go hungry.
Okay, Dr. Brown, what do you think?
No. You see, the thing is again, what is the boy? When I say what is the boy, what is he going to be? What does he want to be?
Okay.
We're talking about holistic development. Do you understand?
Yes.
So if a boy, or if you come into a family, the boys and the girls are brought up to appreciate that they are complementary. I keep using that word because if the girl, for instance, isn't well and somebody has to cook, the boy has to cook.
Okay.
And be able to take care of others.
So is this supposed to be ideal or the real? Is this ideal? Is it what is supposed to be against? I don't know. Let me explain what I mean. What we're trying to say now. Are you saying that the boy child should actually be part of the same training the girl child receives?
Definitely,
okay.
To an extent.
To an extent.
Because what I'm saying to an extent is that, about 3, 4 days 3, 4, 5 days in a month, the girl child has an incapacitation.
Okay.
Do you understand? So if we now say train the boy and the girl child the same, those days when that girl has to be given some room to get through what she's going through, the boy can never understand. Do you understand what is happening? So he has to be able to show extra care to the girl within that period and accommodate those days for her. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yes,
I get what you're saying, but should the boy child be told what exactly is happening to the girl child?
Sure. Because when he marries, he's going to marry a young lady, and when that young lady is having this issue or in the labor room, he must have to appreciate that.
And he's going to have his own children.
I mean,
again, let's look at it from this angle. Just like Dr. Brown said, in the home you have the guy, you have the girl.
Yeah.
And let's say that you took ill, and it's just the two of you in that house, and the boy doesn't think it's necessary to come and check. Viv, where are you? I've not seen you this morning. Are you okay? That is learning how to care. It begins from the home. And if the guy doesn't know that it's not about the girl having to look out for him, he has to look out for the sister or for the girl. And in doing that, he grows up knowing that it's good to care. Everybody needs to be cared for. So it's not like it's about the girl. So when he does that, it helps him psychologically and emotionally. But again, we need both genders.
So invariably, what you're saying is that there is a serious job for the parent.
It begins from the home.
Okay.
It begins from the home.
We are still discussing holistic youth development and gender issues on Flow 94.9 FM. On the program, The Missing Link, a drive of the heart to build youth development initiative. Now, this is the time for you to call in and ask any question relating to the gender. Now, if you have any issues concerning that your younger sister, how she's behaving, I don't understand. Maybe this is the time to call in. Or your younger brother. It's the balance for us today. The numbers are 0808-182-6949 or 0811-605-2949. The SMS line is 0906-510-8289. Oh, you can actually go to our Facebook page right now. You definitely see very wonderful ladies on your screen.
And the guy here, remember.
Don't mind the year out. Flow 949 FM, and please do well to reach out to the Hearts to Build Youth Development page. Remember, the 2 is a digit. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello.
CJ.
CJ. Okay, CJ, welcome to the program. Okay, you have to call back. Meanwhile, Onyinye, I think you actually need to award CJ, something. He needs to get an award. He has been consistent.
Yes, it's about the most consistent caller we have, and being not just the first caller, he's been consistently constant in reaching out to us whenever we have this program. CJ, we owe you something.
Kudos, I got you something. I got you in line. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, you called back. Thank you for calling back. Go ahead.
I think it's God's very magical fingers,
No, I'm not the first caller.
Oh, your voice is kind of the same. My apologies. What's your name and where you calling from, please?
My name is Nemezu Mado from Abombise.
Nemezu Mado. Like Chinemezu.
Yeah, Chinemezu.
You're welcome to the
See the
program.
way you just cut your name and it sounded like one Oyibo name. But that's good.
Yes. I really want to thank you. What you are doing, you are trying. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you. So, do you have a question for us today? Oh, the program is wonderful.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you very much.
Is it because, I'm not claiming to be boy. That's why he's happy.
Sorry, I didn't hear you, Nemezu. Hello? Okay, I think the network actually
You know why
cut
it's wonderful?
out
Because
there.
one is playing the odd. As we were all speaking for the girls, he wouldn't have said that, then I bet you.
Okay, so I won't allow Onyero me in today. Hello, good evening.
Hello, CJ, I called back.
Okay, CJ, welcome back.
Thank you. Anthony, good evening, madam.
How do you do, CJ? You have a gift from us. Just note it.
Oh, that's
Wait, let me do my
what I was saying.
Okay,
you.
so congratulations, CJ, but go ahead.
Okay. Mine is a contribution. Yes. It's a 50-50 thing. That the girl side, the boy side. We need all of them in the home. But I remember when we are going to school, if you want to go back, they will be like, the sister, he needs more of the money because we make our hair, to buy this and buy that. So you are a man now, you have to, manage and, but we need everybody in the home. But we should give the girl side more time because they are the ones who are more, more danger prone because of the situation we find ourselves in Nigeria now. So they need more care than the boys. But that's my contribution.
All right, thank you so much, CJ.
Thank you for being a loving man.
All right.
Thanks.
Have a
Bye.
blessed day. Bye.
Hey, you just heard what he said. When you're going back to, we all knew it. You're going back to school, your parents will give you more money as a girl.
So invariably,
And it's not fair. I feel bad as a guy,
No, don't feel bad, because it's understandable. Because we don't want the girl, because the boy doesn't need.
But you forget that these guys have girlfriends. They have to also.
In
that's
school,
Well,
in school,
are they supposed
no
to have,
way.
like, if you're under your parents, you shouldn't have any business, fending for another person.
You
I don't
have
know
to.
because you're
Not in
caring.
school. Not in school. Not
I don't know what you guys understand.
No.
Okay,
no,
it's
no.
obvious that Niraf is speaking as a guy today.
The devil's advocate to another extreme.
Alright, this is still Flow 94.9 FM, the Flow of Gas on stage, and we are having fun in the studio. This particular topic, holistic development and gender issues, is one that has a whole lot of branches, but today we are looking at it from different perspectives. But one of the things that has been established today is that you definitely know that you need to raise your both children, both genders, equally. Alright, we have a few minutes to just run away from the studio. All right, so Anthony,
Please, in the family, give attention to the guys. Teach them how to care for the other person. Teach them how to love, so that when they grow up, they become very loving, not hard and harsh people. I mean, don't deny us of the love we need. I'm a guy today, like I said. We need some love in the family. Don't just give much to the girls.
Okay.
Guys need love too, so that they can learn how to love.
okay, thank you very much. All right, Dr. Brown, what do you have to say as your final words?
Yes, my final was like you kept emphasizing. You're saying, is it the ideal or is it in reality? Yes, every home has its own peculiarity. So when we are saying give equal love, but you must have to watch out and know, because some are more needy than others among your children. Try to note their peculiarities and know how to give more to them depending on what you see as their need.
Exactly.
All
As a
right.
parent, as a mother.
Thank you so much. We will not leave the studio without appreciating, I have to stress it, appreciating Reverend Father Augustine Obi. I am sure that he's listening to us, and look at the way Antonio is just doing that. It's like
Because I can't wait for him to. I mean, we need to have him back in the studio in no distant time. He's going to come back. He's been very, very busy, but he listens to us every Saturday.
it's all in your court.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
all in your court. All right, so from me, I'll say love both genders equally. Children are from God and their
Exactly.
heritage. So this is all signing out of the studio. Keep it locked in Flow
Sounding like a
94.
pastor.
Keep it locked on Flow 94.9 FM. The Flow Gas on stage. Victor Ray Chick signing out.